I first came to UNC Charlotte, my intent was to be here for about 6 months. I was going to take a semester of classes, and then my intent was to transfer. And at the end of that semester, I realized I wasn't going anywhere. So coming here for 6 months, I've been here for 16 years and no plans to leave anytime soon. As I was a graduate student, I was a master's student studying abroad in Spain with two of my great mentors from the time that I was a student at UNC Charlotte. And I realized that as they were there with students that were expanding their horizons and learning about engineering and having a great time, that they were doing their jobs. And I finally decided I want to have that job too. The bulk of my research is related to recycling construction materials. And so we try to find persistent wastes and figure out how to make something valuable out of it that we can build our infrastructure with. A good bit of what I work on is using coal fly ashes in concrete. These ashes can be hazardous in some environments, but they actually provide an enormous environmental benefit when we put them into concrete by reducing the amount of carbon dioxide that's associated with producing concrete. While I was working on my master's degree here, I decided to leave the university for a little while and do something else. And I initially moved to Denver, Colorado and worked for the AmeriCorps on a variety of projects in the Western and Midwestern United States. And then following that, my fiancée Tina and I were hired to work in the response effort to the South Asian tsunami. And so we moved to South India to work on that. As a result of my experience working in India after the tsunami, I realized that engineers really have a lot to contribute to relief efforts, humanitarian efforts, and other projects that improve quality of life for people here and internationally. And that's something I want to be able to share with engineering students who may potentially do this as a career. With 3 groups of students over the course of 3 years, we went to Peru, sort of near Machu Picchu. We built 3 bridges. They're pedestrian bridges that were essential for community members who are primarily farmers to get across rivers that were dangerous to cross with their livestock and with their children. I was the founding advisor for the UNC Charlotte chapter of Engineers Without Borders, which will hopefully be an avenue that we can continue working on these type of projects. I've had a number of students who really latched on to the idea of recycling these building materials. I've got students right now that are working on everything from making concretes using the fly ashes to replacing a portion of the cement with limestone dust. A few years ago we had students that were producing bricks out of sewage sludge. So there's a number of different materials we can recycle, and we want to discover as many useful ones as we can. One outcome of the research related to recycling coal fly ashes was the solar decathlon house that we built a couple of years ago. It was actually the first facility or building made in the United States that was produced from fly ash geopolymer. Getting this award is a real validation of some decisions and choices that I've made that weren't immediately obvious as good career moves, but they were necessary for me to become who I want to be. I'm very, very humbled to get the award and also very proud to have it.